What is going on, peoples? It is your boy NCSO7 here, and I am joined with, well, I know the thing says JasonButtholz, but his name's actually Jackson the Jackson.
Same thing, it doesn't matter. I'm here though. I am here.
And we are here with our yearly Game of the Year discussion. This time we're doing 2024. If you've seen the other ones, it's going to be the same thing as that. So, Jackson, what are some notable games you played this year that did not come out this year? If any.
I'm trying to think. If I played Baldur's Gate. I started playing that. It's a pretty fun game.
I need to get that and play that too.
I've just been a busy bee this year.
You've had way too many classes and exams for your own good.
Yeah, I've had way too much going on for me to like really catch up on older games that I've really badly wanted to play. I did play this game called Sable. That was pretty good. I don't think that came out this year. I think it came out a while ago, but that was a fun game.
Nice.
I did finally get to Platinum Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I played a lot of that.
Yeah, you did that at the beginning of the year, so that's good.
Yes, I mean, I have played some games, but Persona 5 Tactical is good too. I played that.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Me personally, I played a lot of Sonic games this year. The classic games and the adventure titles. A little too much Sonic, honestly, but I played other stuff. I did play Ghost of Tsushima, and I played some other games, but yeah. So, are you ready? Are you ready to rumble? Are you ready to start this actual list and go down the list of games this year?
Yeah.
Well, also keep in mind, this is not every game that came out this year. Otherwise, we'd be here forever. And there's definitely going to be a good amount of games on this list that neither of us have played, but I still put it on here because I felt like it should be here. So we're going to kind of speed through some of these, and I think we got some of these first off. So first game is Tekken 8. So you have never played Tekken before. I've only played Tekken 7. I've never played this game before. Do you have anything to say?
I'm not a big tournament fighter guy, so no.
Yeah. You can see this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played this. I'd assume it's good, but yeah, not much to say on this, so I'm assuming it's good. So next we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I also did not play this. I played the remake, but I did not play this.
I didn't buy it because, okay, so from what I'm hearing is that it's like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but then they added more content to it. I could be 100% wrong.
No, that's not it. It was Final Fantasy VII Integrate, I think it was called. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not the entirety of Final Fantasy VII, so this is like Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, basically. As far as I know, but I haven't played it, so.
Okay, then I have absolutely no clue. All I know is that I played the 7 remake. I
played 16 this year, and that game was really good. But I assume this is good too. But I mean, we didn't play it. I assume it's good, but not much else to say about it. Next, we've got.
Yeah, I apologize to anyone. I know nothing about
There's so
many games in the Final Fantasy series. It's so hard to
Yeah, but we got some Marvel Rivals. So this just recently came out. I played a few matches of it and did not care for it.
I gotta get into it a little bit more, but this game must be good considering that it's killing Overwatch 2 at the moment.
Well, that's good.
And I don't know. I think they did a really good job with the character list. I think pulling out interesting Marvel characters.
Oh yeah, I think they did a good job with that.
And maybe some people didn't know. I think the design was well. In terms of gameplay aspects of it, I know that some characters are more annoying than others, like Jeff and whatever, but I don't know. No one's ever no one seems to be complaining too much. Everything that everyone's complaining about is just more or so just them being salty about a character being good or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely a better PvP game than another one that came out this year. Wink, wink.
But what I'll say is that if you like Overwatch and you're a big Marvel fan, which I know those two categories could probably reach. Actually, if you're either one of the two, if you like Marvel or if you like Overwatch or other games like Overwatch, one of the two, you're probably most likely gonna like this game.
It's free too, so I mean, there's no reason to not try it. So
yeah, they did what Sony didn't do.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later.
Oh fuck! Oh no.
We'll get to that later. But Marvel Rivals overall is pretty solid, from at least right now. Next we got Balatro. I do want to get this game at some point. It's basically like a poker game, but there's like some more stuff to it. Apparently it's really good.
Yeah, apparently it's like a roguelike. I like poker a lot. So I'm interested in playing this. I didn't really know about this game until the Game Awards came out. I'll be brutally honest. So at the moment of the recording, at the moment of this recording, we have not played it, but hopefully we do play it. At the moment, we're just gonna assume this game is good just from what everyone is saying and the fact that it was an indie game that got considerations for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I'll get this game like probably soon. So yeah, Balatro probably pretty solid. And next we got Princess Peach Showtime. So this was kind of an interesting release because this was not really like any other Mario game we've seen, because it's a Princess Peach game. The last time we got that was on the DS with Super Princess Peach, and I don't even know, it's not even like one genre. It's kind of like multiple genres, but this game's all right.
I missed out on this game, unfortunately.
There is a demo, so you can try that out if you want, but I would definitely say the game isn't like, I wouldn't say it's the most engaging game out there. It's very easy, like a little too easy, and I do feel like the gameplay is not the most engaging because of the fact that it's not very consistent, but it is a very creative game, I'll give it that. I think the game is a very cool idea. I definitely like to see them do this again and maybe make it a little bit more challenging, or maybe keeping the gameplay a little bit more concise.
Though I have not played it, I will give Nintendo credit for giving the fans something that they asked for, because at least they made a game, because everyone was like, oh, we want a Princess Peach a game that stars Princess Peach. I at least give them credit for at least making it, I guess.
Yeah, even though it definitely could be a little bit better.
Yeah, at least they considered like doing it.
But hey, I would consider this still a solid game. Like, if you kind of want like a game that's kind of like, if you kind of want a game to play with your kid, I'd say this is perfect for that, honestly.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. Man, this was a letdown. So, have you ever heard of the NES Remix games, Jackson?
I know about NES. I know about the World's Championship, like the game, but I don't know about.
So basically, on the Wii U, there were these games called the NES Remix games, where they basically took like NES games and they made like small little challenges about them, and they were a lot of fun. And this was kind of, I guess, a continuation of it. It's really not my thing. I played it for like a few hours, and like there's not that many challenges in the game. I feel like you can honestly go through all this game's content in like a few hours, and then like that's it. You're never gonna play it again. And I mean, to be fair, it is only like $30, but I don't know. I thought this could have been a lot better, to be honest. I mean, it's cool that they like kind of went back to the World Championships, but this was very disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like the original Nintendo World Championships game didn't have much content to begin with.
Yeah, but that was never sold in stores, though.
That is true.
That was for competition specifically, but I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just, I feel like this was kind of a missed opportunity. So, oh, I got Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Ugh, this game did not do too well.
It was just unfortunate. It really could have been more. They marketed the hell out of it. Everyone bought it, and everyone thought it was boring because it was boring.
Wait, I thought no one bought it. I thought nobody was playing this.
Fine, I will correct myself. Everyone who did buy it.
Okay, which is probably like 10,000 people. Yeah, this game just wasn't very good. I don't really have much else to say on it.
I don't really either. It's just no one
asked.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Suicide Squad, which is why it really sucks to me, because when I was actually somewhat excited, but then I waited a little bit, because games like this are hit or miss, you know? So I waited a little bit to see how it was. What?
Is this a PvP game?
No, PvE.
Oh.
It's not like Marvel Rivals where you go up against other players. It's a PvE.
Okay, I see.
So it basically it's just repetitive missions over and over again. It's nothing exciting.
Fun.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's what Justice League and Suicide Squad fans wanted.
And then of course, if you wanted to play more content, you have to buy it because it's of DLC.
Ew. Well, this is a letdown. Moving on to Stellar Blade. I have not played this. I do have it. I'm gonna play it someday. I've heard it's good. It's similar to that of Nier Automata from what I know, so that's cool.
I want to play it too. Did not
get the chance.
Yeah, I have not gotten it yet.
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it at the Game Awards, so I assume that it is good. So yeah, Stellar Blade probably solid. And we got the Silent Hill 2 remake. I did not get this. I have not played it. I might play it someday. I haven't played any of the Silent Hill games, but have you?
I have not either, and I did not hear much about this game. Actually, I know people bought it, and I know some people enjoyed it, but aside from that, I really don't know much about it.
I think people really liked it, but yeah, not much else for us to really say about it. I may get the game in the future at some point. I'm not sure. We'll see. Next, we got the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake. So, this is kind of interesting because Nintendo hadn't really done anything with like the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series for a while. So they did like a remake of the first game on the Switch. And it's all right. It's okay, but I don't really think it should be $50 considering it's like a one-to-one remake.
So that's what I was about to ask. How much does it cost?
Yeah, and it's a Game Boy Advance game too. So,
so I did own the DS ones, like the DS version or the DS games of this genre, and I do remember having fun with this. I just didn't feel like spending $50 for this.
I mean, I didn't buy it for $50. I got it for my birthday, so I didn't spend any money on it. But I mean, I played it. It's a fine game. It's just that who's gonna spend $50 on this? Also, there's a demo of this game. You can just play the demo as well. So there's that. I mean, it's okay, but it's just kind of, it's a little overpriced. They could have put another game in there and it would have been a little bit better. So
yeah.
Moving on to Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop. So this was okay, Jackson, I want to imagine being a Puyo fan. You don't have any games for a good period of time, and then they finally announce a new one, but it's only on mobile devices, and not just any mobile devices. It's stuck to Apple Arcade. How do you feel about that?
Do you get it as an app? Is it like a normal downloadable app, or do you have, or is like
you have to pay for a subscription service to Apple Arcade in order to play the game?
Ooh.
Yeah, and this is the only new thing we've really gotten from the series in so long, and it sucks because the game actually looks kind of good, but I haven't played it because they decided to throw it on a service that nobody has.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I hope we get another Puyo game sometime soon because this was not what I wanted. This ain't it, Chief. Next we got Zenless Zone Zero. So, you probably don't know, but this is by the same people that made Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. And out of those three games, this is probably, in my opinion, the worst one. The gameplay actually isn't that bad, like at least the battle gameplay, but everything else is kind of just meh, to be honest. Character design is definitely not the best in this game because it's a lot more fan servicey than the other two games. I don't really care for that. I've tried playing this game a few times on some streams, but I don't really care for it, and I doubt you do either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. It's got good production value put into it, but it's just, I would say, like, I'd rather play any other Hoyo game than this, so, yeah. Next, we got Helldivers 2. You want to take this one away?
Yeah. Yeah, so this was a, so at the time of its release, it was very popular. It was a very good game. It was getting well received and everyone liked playing it. And then this little company came in called PlayStation. And PlayStation just kind of fucked the whole thing up.
They put it on PC and then they made you have to do like PSN login. Wasn't that it?
I believe so. It was something along those lines. But basically, everybody who owned it, yeah, it basically just screwed everyone over. I don't know. There was just one day everyone was enjoying playing the game, and then the second it just fell, like so hard on his face. And now no one plays it anymore. Like you hear nothing about it anymore.
I mean, I was considering getting the game, but like by the time I was willing to drop the $40, the game was dead. So I was just like, yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of sucks. I think the game is still like good though. It's just that they made some really bad decisions with some of the stuff surrounding the game. So that's a shame.
Yeah, I don't even know how the game is doing today, to be honest. I don't even know what the community's like, or I don't even know. All I know is that it gets, compared to the attention that it was getting in the beginning of the year, it's nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. So, Helldivers 2, probably a fine game, but they really screwed it over in the end. Next game, Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. I may play this game sometime. This is like a sprite-based FNAF game, which is kind of interesting. I've heard the game is pretty solid. I haven't played it. I might play it soon. I know you have nothing to say about this.
Nope, never seen. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah. But hey, we did watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, though, last year, so that was fun. I can't wait to see the sequel.
Yeah.
That's something we could say. But I've heard this. I think this game is good, though, from what I've heard, so I'll play it at some point. All right, we got Squirrel with a Gun. I'm just going to let you talk about this one, because I have nothing to say.
This is not Game of the Year material. This is Game of the Century material right here. You play as a game. Like, as in the picture. You are a squirrel. And you have a gun. Do I need to say more? No. This is a small little game by some indie developers. I think the concept in itself is just so goofy and funny that it's just one of those good feel games that like you can just play it for a couple of hours. It's not really expensive compared to other games. It's only like $15-20 max, and you can get it on sale pretty frequently. So I highly suggest playing this one to support indie developers. It's just a fun idea. It's a fun game. The graphics look really nice. And I'm hoping that maybe we can get an expansion to this game eventually, because I think the idea with this is just so goofy and fun, but I feel like there could be so much more to it. It's like, you know, like Goat Simulator?
Yeah.
Think about that, but it's just a squirrel with a gun. You know,
yeah.
if you like Goat Simulator and like games like that where it's like open world, you can just goof around and do whatever, then Squirrel with a Gun is kind of for you.
Yeah. Because I only saw you play a little bit of the game on stream.
But I was, for the like 8 hours I played it, I had fun with it.
Yeah, definitely a solid game. Next game, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Actually, I'm going to just make sure. Okay, Black Ops 6. So, unlike other Call of Duty games, I actually bought this one, and it's actually not too bad.
No, I think that they really did simplify. There was a lot to this game that they really did simplify that I really like. I think the movement mechanics that they added were really nice. And overall, I think that they just didn't go too crazy with everything, if that makes any sense. It's just a very...
It's more laid back.
Yeah, it's a lot more laid back. I really am... I really am happy with it. I really have been enjoying this. The maps could have... I wish the maps had a little bit more creativity to them. But aside from the maps, I really have been pleased with it.
We both played it on stream.
I have played it on stream a lot, and
a lot.
Yeah, and I don't know. I have not had fun with a Call of Duty like this in a while. I've bought other Call of Duty games in the past, and I just did not get any excitement or any interest with them. But this is the first one in a while that I've actually wanted to play.
That is good. Same here. Like the last one I played like that in terms of new was Modern Warfare 2019. So yeah, this is I would say pretty solid, honestly. Much better than what we saw for the past few years. So next we got Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. So this is kind of interesting because I played like a shitload of this game because I love Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but Is this game worth $60? I don't know. I mean, just keep in mind, Dark Moon on the 3DS was like $40, and this version of the game doesn't really add anything aside from, I guess, the upgraded visuals. I know there's a few other things they did, but like overall, it's pretty much the same thing that you were playing on the 3DS. And I think Dark Moon is a very, very good game, and this is a good version of the game, but like, I do definitely wish that they did a little bit more with it, like maybe added more multiplayer modes or maybe like a new mansion or something like that to explore. Just kind of things like that to give it a little something new and fresh.
Yes.
You've never played it before. You need to finish Luigi's Mansion 3. Actually, we should finish that game sometime.
Yeah.
That is a good game right there. Next game, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake. So this is, I would say, probably one of Nintendo's bigger games of the year. I liked it. I played through the whole thing, and I thought it was really, really good. Very glad they touched this.
I don't own this game.
Do you have the original Thousand Year Door?
No.
Oh, well, I would recommend playing it at some
to...
point, because, well, I think Thousand Year Door can be a bit slow at some parts. Like, I think Chapter 3 is kind of boring. It is a good game, though, and I would definitely, like, recommend that people give it a shot. I liked it at the very least, so that's nice. And they also they did a lot more with it as well. They really upgraded the visuals of the game. They have a new soundtrack, but you can also use like the original soundtrack. And I think they added a little bit more content to the game as well, so that's cool.
Is the murdered toad still in there?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh.
Maybe not. I
Jason,
don't remember.
So from the JasonButtholz perspective, I am aware that Thousand Year Door is a good game. Mm-hmm. So I am also pretty aware that the remake is probably a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Because if they broke something that was already pretty fixed to begin with, then they're stupid.
Yeah. So people were asking for this for a long time too.
That's true. Also, guys, if you complain about $60 price, just look up the original price of a GameCube.
Yeah.
Copy of the game.
Pretty much.
Trust me.
Even to this day, it's still expensive.
I find, don't get me wrong, $60 is a lot of money, but at least it's a lot more justifiable than having to spend double the price and buying a GameCube for the original. And you can't even play it on an HD screen unless you have a whole fancy rigmarole with your GameCube to get it to properly run on HD.
I mean, Jackson, you could use I mean, completely legal methods of playing the game on a PC.
That is true.
I can't say what it is, though.
That is true, but that is very true. There are ways to play that, but at least it's more... but now that this is released, at least you have a more justifiable reason to go out and actually purchase the game rather than emulating it.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate yet again. I appreciate Nintendo for giving something that we at least asked for, you know?
Absolutely.
It goes little things like this can build up and go a long way.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was really, really good. Next game is Lego Horizon Adventures. Who asked for this? This was
released? No, like I knew it exists. I just didn't know when it released.
Oh man, I think that says everything about this game. Nobody asked for this game, and no one even knew that it came out. I am gonna get the game later down the line, and I've heard it's all right, but I've also heard that the game is definitely like not the best.
What I will say is that with every Lego game is mid. You're never going to like. There's no way that it's bad. But it's not like it's the greatest experience of all time. That's how most Lego games are. And most Lego games that people are fond of, it's just because it's for nostalgia reasons.
But you also gotta keep in mind, though, Jackson, like when they do Lego games, they do it on big IPs like Marvel or Star Wars.
That
or
is
stuff
true.
Like that. Horizon's
true. So
not big enough.
Yeah.
They pushed this game too much. They put Aloy and Genshin Impact, and that did not go well. Let me say.
What I will say though is that graphically, from the footage I saw, it did actually look like it had a lot of color and character to it. So if as long as it's aesthetically pleasing when I play it, I honestly won't complain too much.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, go
I
ahead.
get easily lost in that. I get easily lost in that stuff.
Yeah, I'll get the game soon and I'll play it and see what it's like. I did hear it's a top-down Lego game though, so that's
Ooh,
disappointing.
ooh, that I did not know. I obviously don't know about the gameplay, but that's a bit weird. I was expecting it to be like every other Lego game, where you
Yeah.
just go out and do missions or whatever. Or you know what, free roam,
Yeah, like
open
Lego
world
City
free roam
Undercover.
Lego. Yeah, those games are kind of bangers. I won't lie. The open world Lego games, low key kind of bangers.
City Undercover is
So
good, but I would definitely say the game
yeah,
has some issues though. But going back to Lego Horizons Adventures, I'd assume the game's all right, but like, who was asking? Oh man, next game. Ew! Get this game off my screen! Ugh.
I would rather spend $40 on Concord grapes than I would on this game.
Well, I made a whole video on this game, so you guys can watch that, but man, we lost a Last of Us online multiplayer game and a Spider-Man online multiplayer game, and yet this came out.
So many other projects could have gone through aside from Concord.
But
dumped
Concord's
so
the one
much-
that actually came to light!
Well, okay, that's because PlayStation was like, this project, no. This project, no. This project, no. Concord. All of the money that we would rather put in other projects, we're only putting it into Concord.
Man, they
And
put
then they
like at
fucked
least
us.
200 million. It
What
didn't
happened
even
with
last
all
for
the-
2 weeks.
Yeah. Just like the day before. It's just like the day before in Concord broke records. Well, actually Concord's even worse because at least the day before wasn't worth $50 million or whatever insane amount of money it cost to produce Concord.
Bro, that's probably like
Like-
triple that.
Oh my, it's
Yeah,
Concord-
and nobody played it. Nobody played it.
I really hope
Except me.
I really hope that Concord in the gaming industry is a lesson. I hope it comes off as a lesson. That's all I'm gonna say, because no one asked for this. No one wanted to pay $40 for this. I don't even know what form of testing. Did they even release a beta or anything?
They did, okay, they did release an open beta, but like no one played that either.
Yeah,
The character design is not very good. There's a lot of lore in the game despite there not being a single player mode or campaign mode at all. So that's great.
that's weird, yeah.
And the game's kind of just the same as other games that you can play for free, by the way, so...
Yeah, like, so I would rather play Overwatch, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals for free rather than it's just so much easier to pick up a free game
Pretty much.
than buying all your money on Concord. It's crazy.
And keep in mind, you also have to pay for PlayStation Plus as well, so that's more money.
Oh, wait, when did Concord this year release? Like what time?
August of 2024. And it
See,
shut
you know
down the
what's-
same day another Sony game came out that we'll get to later.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it lasted for 2 weeks, and I actually did buy the game, and I played for like 6 hours. I mean, okay, if I'm gonna just talk about gameplay, it's not that bad. I mean, we do the Dudes Versus series on Jackson's channel, and I would say compared to a lot of those games, like Concord gameplay-wise is a much better game, but this was just such a bad idea. Like, this is an awful idea. At least a lot of the games we played on Dudes Versus were made by B-tier developers and didn't have that much money put into them. This game had too much put into it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This was a mistake. So, and then Firewalk Studios, the people who made the game, got shut down like a month after the game got shut down. So, yeah, that acquisition was completely pointless. So, yeah, let this be a lesson. Next game, Pal World. We'll do something a little bit later. I'll let you talk about this one.
Power World's not bad. People call it a Pokemon ripoff. The gameplay itself is not that correlating to Pokemon. It's the characters themselves that are in the game that are ripping off Pokemon. but in itself, Pal World is a fine game. It's obviously, as the controversy comes with how much it is ripped off from Pokemon. But overall, it is not a bad game. It's just it came okay. It's because a long time ago, this guy wanted to create an open world game where you would have guns in Pokemon. Pokemon, obviously, because it's owned by Nintendo, instantly shut that down. So the guy goes, "Okay, I'm gonna make a bunch of Pokemon quotes or pals in air quotes to make sure I don't get sued." Whether at the moment of recording this, we do not know how the progress of it goes. We have no clue, but otherwise, Pal World is just a game. It's just funny just thinking about the idea of Pokemon holding guns, especially in this cartoony world, and they're holding machine guns. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I assume the game's fine. Moving on, we've got... Oh, have fun with this one too, Jackson.
So with the release of... So a decade ago, we got South Park: The Stick of Truth and South Park: The Fractured But Whole.
Good games.
Those games were good. They were fun games. They were exciting games. They really did immerse the world of South Park, and they did a very good job.
This isn't.
Then South Park Snow Day came out. The 3D aesthetic is kind of awkward, to be honest, and the game is just... It's just so bland, I guess.
Not fun.
It's just bland. Like, aesthetically, gameplay, it felt undercooked. And it sucks because ever since the early 2000s, the creators of South Park were like, no, we're working on our own games. And I feel like they kind of slipped up with this one. And it really does suck because what they produced a decade ago had a lot more heart and dedication than what Snow Day was, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is a shame, honestly. But
I do think I think the idea did work though. Like quest with cards with special abilities that you can do. The ideas were there. I think the ideas were there to stay positive. But the actual product that we were given was just, it felt undercooked.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Next game is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I have not played this game yet. I am going to get the game soon. I've heard the game is really, really good. I've even heard some people say they liked it more than Tears of the Kingdom, which I don't know about that, but this looks good. I'm glad they're reusing the Link's Awakening art style, because that is one of the best art styles in the Zelda series, in my opinion, and it's very cool to see it being used for this new game.
I do not own this game.
You have to finish Link's Awakening.
True. I do need to finish Link's Awakening. I like the art style, though. I will say that.
One of the best in the series.
I really do like the SNES Legend of Zelda games. So something that plays off of that, I'm really excited for, and I'm glad that they made these.
And also, since you play as Zelda in this game, which makes it like the first time you actually play as her, even though her name's in the name of every fucking game. So that's cool.
Yes. Yeah. That's yes.
So yeah, I'm very excited to see.
Actually, no, wrong. The CDI game. CDI game.
No, we don't mention those. Those aren't even canon.
But you are wrong. She stars in one of those.
Nah,
actually, two of them.
Actually, yeah, it was two of them. One of them that no one remembers. Oh man. But this is the first game she starred in that was actually good, so there's that.
That was officially, we're gonna say that was 100% fully approved by Nintendo and produced by them.
I don't know if it was made by them, but I mean they were okay with it, but I don't know what they were thinking, but man. Enough of talking about that diarrhea. Echoes of Wisdom is probably really good. Then we got Super Mario Party Jamboree. I've only played a little bit of this game, and it really is a shame because I would say it's probably the best Mario Party on the Switch, most likely.
I played this with a couple of friends at a party, and this game is good. I really like that they're trying to improve features that make it less luck dependent. Adding a little bit more skill factor to it, just having quality of life features. quality of life features to make the game a lot better, but also playing off of the features from previous games that worked before. Overall, I don't have much to complain about this game. It just kind of sucks because I don't know how about the online community, but sometimes when you're playing this game, it's just sometimes hard to play this game by yourself.
Well,
That's still the main core issue of Mario Party that I still find, is that playing it by yourself is just not preferable.
Yeah, I know, because I've only played it in single player.
And I think that some sort of story mode could really improve it. Like Mario Party
Jackson,
DS
there is a single player mode. There is
okay, but it's
not necessarily a story mode, but like it's not the best thing either.
I know, but when I don't mean like single player mode, I mean like full blown story. Like Mario Party DS had a story to it with cutscenes and everything.
I guess.
So something like that could at least add a little bit more, especially for the amount of money that you have to spend to buy the game. It could just add a little bit more.
Yeah, but I mean, they do kind of have like a single player campaign. So I mean, that is cool in the sense, but like it's still not like the best way to play Mario Party. So yeah, but I would say overall though, Jamboree was pretty good. I think most people like this game, so good job, Nintendo. And moving on, we've got Black Myth Wukong, the game that many people say should have won Game of the Year. I never played this game. I assume it's all right.
Yeah, I've heard. My friends personally were not pleased with this game. They were not pleased with this game because apparently a lot of aspects were like AI generated features and stuff. I'm not 100% certain I can guarantee that, but I don't know. It's just like people said it was a good game. I'm like, okay, it must be a good game. And then all of a sudden, after the Game of the Year awards, a ton of people like out of nowhere just start going ape shit that it didn't win. And
oh, it's a good one.
And I don't know. It's probably a really good game. But you shouldn't be. I don't know. It's a really good game. I wouldn't be too personally offended that it didn't win Game of the Year. I mean,
maybe I'll buy the game in like 20 years. I don't know.
I'll get it soon and I'll play it and I'll see how I feel.
I don't know. I got other games
about it not winning Game of the Year, but
yeah, but it's still probably all right. And then we've got SMT5 Vengeance. I don't think we really need to talk about this one very long. It's just a re-release of SMT5 on modern consoles. I think it added more content. People liked it from what I know. I know you have nothing to say, so moving on to Metaphor Refantasio. So this is actually another game that was pretty prominent at the Game Awards, and a lot of people have been saying that this is like Atlus's best game. I don't really know about that, but I'm gonna get the game soon and play it. I assume it's really good.
Atlus doing Atlus things. I don't know. They
cook it. They've honestly kind of been cooking this year, not in the low key.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know this game existed yet again until Game of the Year came out, and because it was up for Game of the Year, it must be good. So
I heard about it a bit before release. I knew when it was like first revealed, but like I didn't really pay that much attention to the game. So when I get the game, I get to go through it pretty blind. So that'll be fun. I don't think it'll be Persona 5 Royal in terms of being my favorite Atlus game, but I assume the game is still really, really good. So moving on, we got Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. I was actually kind of surprised with this game. I remember when this game was first shown off, and I kind of thought it looked like dog shit. I thought it did not look good, and I thought it was going to bring the Monkey Ball series back down. But it was actually pretty good when I played it. I played through all of the stages, and I thought the game was actually quite likable. It had cutscenes like that of the ones that we saw in Monkey Ball 2's story mode, which was really fun. It has like the spin dash mechanic, which makes going through stages a lot more fun. And I think the game is just much better designed, especially considering that this game was completely designed around the engine that the game was like made on. So this was actually, in my opinion, probably the best Monkey Ball game we've seen out of like the modern ones.
Really, because this is like the one modern Monkey Ball game I did not get.
Wait, did you get Banana Blitz HD and Banana Mania?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah, this one was only released on Switch, weirdly enough. I'm not sure why that is, but
Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why I lost out on it.
I don't know if they will
normally
port it to PS5 or anything like that soon. I have no idea, but I thought the game was good though. And I think they're even adding Hatsune Miku into the game, so that's cool. Next game. Ooh, the Patrick Star game. So, I'm gonna play this game soon. You played through it, so you go talk about it.
It's kind of like Goat Simulator yet again. You're Patrick in Bikini Bottom, and you get to go and you get to cause as much chaos as possible. Yet again, I think this is just not yet again. I think this is just a lack of it could have used more. It could have just used more. It's not perfect, but messing around with it is so much fun. I just wish that they were actually able to capitalize off of something that actually could have worked like so well that it could have became like a favorite amongst a lot more people. But overall, I enjoyed it for the short period of time that I played it. Well, actually, not like in terms of short period of time, I beat it because it doesn't really take that long to complete, and it more so factors into what you can all mess around with. And so if you're more goal stricken, you won't find it that appealing. But if you want a game where you can just mess around and do whatever, then yeah, this works for you.
Yeah, I will play this game soon, so yeah, I'll be getting it real soon. So I think we're starting to get into some games that way we can talk a little bit more about. So let's see. Next we got 5 out of 10 the game. 5 out of 10 the game.
IGN is filled with a bunch of dopey heads.
And it sucks because I feel like this game has gotten a more negative reception because of the dickheads at IGN giving it an unfair score. Talk about, the game is too easy. I mean, it's a fucking Mario game. If you want a hard RPG, go play Shin Megami Tensei. Like, you shouldn't be playing a Mario and Luigi game. I personally like this game.
Yet again, we could have just not, you know what? We could have just not gotten a Mario and Luigi game.
Yeah.
We could have just not.
That's what happened for the past decade.
It's like that meme from SpongeBob where it's the little kid holding the ice cream and then he's crying. He's like, I don't like this flavor. And then the father's like, then why did you ask for it then?
Pretty much.
It's like, motherfuckers, do not ask for a Mario and Luigi game and then complain about it. This game is fine. Be happy that it exists. Because if you give positive reception about it, or if you give proper critiques and at least give some like positive reception about it, maybe Nintendo will feel more inclined to make another Mario and Luigi game that's even better, and then you can be happier.
Pretty much. I mean, to be fair, the game doesn't run the best, and like there is some padding at the end of the game that can be really annoying, but the game is probably one of the most animated Mario games I've played. The battle system is really, really good. And I do like the game's kind of message with connecting with other people and whatnot. I think that's a cool message. And considering that this was the first Mario & Luigi by a different studio, I think this was good for their first time doing it. And I think the game is definitely worth trying. Also, and I want to bring this up, but I'm completely convinced that Snoutlet is a reference to Morgana from Persona 5. Like, am I the only one that saw that? Because they both pretend to be like because Snoutlet's like, I'm not a pig, just like how Morgana's like, I'm not a cat. They're both like navigator characters, and then like later in the game, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's another thing that makes me feel like Snoutlet has to be a Morgana reference. Maybe it's not meant to be that way, or I'm looking too deep into it, but I just thought that was funny. But overall, Mario and Luigi Brothership was really good.
I think Snoutlet and all the other original characters they added to the game were a bit more unique. I'll give them credit for that. I just feel like there was so much here going that was pretty good that I feel like they could really expand upon, and I'm just disappointed because I don't want to see this game get negative reception and then all of a sudden, boom, Mario and Luigi just gone again forever, or we think it's gone forever.
I think I mean, yeah, IGN gave it a poor score, but most fans I think seem to like it, so there's that. And even then, every Mario and Luigi game has issues to some degree, so
it could have been worse. They could have said there was too much water.
Yeah, or it could have been Paper Jam as well, where it's just mid as fuck.
True,
but
they could have said too much water.
Yeah, or I'm done now. Actually, you know what's even worse? IGN actually gave this a 5 out of 10. They gave Concord a 7 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that did happen. So
let's move on. I don't want to think about it. Let's move on. Epic Mickey Rebrushed.
I played through this game and I thought it was pretty good.
I have not. I watched a few videos on it because I was interested in it, and I have not gotten to play it yet. But I hope to when I can get enough funds, enough monies. But basically, they did what a remaster remake should do. They took the original game and made it better.
Oh yeah, especially visually, like the game looks amazing for like when I played it on PS5. And like I know I never played the original, and I know a lot of people complain about the level design and whatnot in the original game. And I mean, to be fair, Epic Mickey does have some moments where it can kind of drag, but I thought the game like never really got too frustrating. I never really had any moments in the game where I was like, ugh. The only thing is that going through some of the 2D sections over and over to go in between areas is very repetitive, but like that's really it.
When I played it on the Wii, the one problem I had was that the camera control.
Oh yeah, the camera was really bad in the Wii version.
Especially with the Wii motion of like trying to do the different brushes, the green and the blue. It made it a pain to play. And now that you can play it on a PlayStation controller, you don't have to worry about that.
It actually does have motion controls with the PlayStation controller, but it's not required.
See, and that's awesome. Yet again, they did the things that you should do.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people probably have not played the original Epic Mickey and are probably not even aware that a remaster / remake, whatever it is, was created, but I highly suggest checking this one out because even if you know nothing about Disney, or if you barely know anything about Disney, you definitely know who Mickey Mouse is, and you're definitely going to like this.
Yeah, I just really hope we get either like an Epic Mickey 2 rebrushed or an Epic Mickey 3. I think that'd be really cool to see. But yeah, this was a very welcome surprise. Moving on, we got Persona 3 Reload. Okay, we're getting to the good stuff now. So this was a game that for a while was my game of the year. It isn't anymore, but Persona 3 Reload, I'm going to say it right now, it is the best version of Persona 3. Yeah, I said that. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 Fresh, no, Reload's the best one. It plays the best. It's the most fine-tuned. It has full voice acting for the social links. The story of the game is really good. The style of the game is really solid as well. The gameplay is really fun. The new music they have, Color Your Night or Color My Night, that song is way too good. The new battle theme is also really good. I love it. I also went for the platinum for this game as well, which was not the easiest, but I did go for it. I love this game.
I like Persona 5. So I will have to play
more games that aren't Persona 5. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I had to make the joke at some point, but Persona 3 Reload is really good. This is easily my second favorite Persona game, and definitely one of the best games I played this year. Definitely recommend playing it if you can. So I think you'll like it, especially the story and whatnot. But yeah, I didn't play the DLC for it though, so there's that. I have no idea how good Episode I guess is. I don't know. But I know one thing, Persona 3 Reload is a lot of fun, so please play it. Next game, I believe. Ooh, it's Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of contemplating putting this game as my game of the year, to be honest, because Shadow Generations is so much goddamn fun. It might be the most fun game I've played this year, but it's not my game of the year. But I love Shadow Generations. It's such a good extension of Sonic Generations. The Sonic Generations is also really good.
It only took them 100 tries.
Yeah,
and they finally did it.
They finally made a polished Sonic game that actually reviewed well across the board.
I remember seeing the reviews and I could not believe it. If you like Sonic Frontiers, they took the qualities of what made Sonic Frontiers well, and then they took the qualities of what makes Shadow the Hedgehog cool, and then they made a good game about it.
Yeah, I mean, and funnily enough, I feel like a lot of people are kind of mixed on Frontiers now, but this game, I have not seen, like, almost anyone complain about it. Aside from, like, the story they did with Sonic Generations, because they did rewrite the story a bit, which I don't care because the original story to Sonic Generations wasn't good, so I don't really care, but...
Yeah,
it is. This is so good,
and it's really hard to buy a Sonic game because you never know what you're actually gonna get. Unfortunately,
you pretty much know what you're getting with this one, though. So
no, but we can confirm full well that this is This is an actual good Sonic game. You should 100% play.
I was gonna wait till Black Friday to get it, but I ended up getting it earlier.
I don't regret it. It's not just mid, or it's not awful like the others. It's genuinely good.
I'd say really good.
Yeah, go waste your money.
Yeah, amazing game. Please play it. And next we've got Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a very good surprise from, I don't remember what the developer's name was.
So, I'm not sure about the developers as well. But what I will say is that the fact that no one's talked about this game is very sad to me. This is in my mind what Sonic in a 3D
Evening Star.
This is what it should be. The colors. It's got
such a good style to the game too.
Imagine taking a 16 to 32 bit like design and then implementing it in a 3D plane, and then kind of just like making it look more solid. It's very well done. It's got a lot of character to it. The gameplay itself, I would say that the movement mechanics take a little bit to get used to, but once it's kind of like playing Skate or the Skate games or any skateboarding game, you kind of don't get it at first, but once you get into it, then once it like clicks in your brain, you're like, oh, okay. That's how this game is. Once you actually get down with the movement mechanics, it is one of the most entertaining games that you can play. I had a blast playing this, and I'm really sad that no one talks about it.
Me too. I enjoyed the game a lot too.
I watched like one random video of a guy playing this, and I thought the game looked cool, and I bought it. And aside from that one video, I have seen no one else talk about this game.
Hopefully more people talk about it. Maybe I can make a video on it sometime and give it some more exposure. But this was a very fun game to play. Definitely worth playing if you like Sonic games and 3D platformers in general. It does take getting used to, but it's a really fun though when you do. Because I remember when I first played, I was kind of iffy on it, but then the next day I played it and it just clicked, and I was just like, oh my lord, this game is so much fun. So yeah, hopefully we can get a sequel to this game, or maybe DLC. I'm kind of hoping on a sequel, but only time will tell.
It. Just go play it, please. I'm begging.
Yeah.
Also, it has a lot of content too. It has a lot of worlds.
Oh yeah, Switch for like $30. So yeah, very good game. Next we've got oh damn it, I spoiled it. Both our game of the years. Say it with me now. We got Astrobot.
Yes. Guys.
This here, I'm pretty sure this is my game of the year, and I think the same is for you.
This Astro will be the godfather of my child.
Astrobot is my... Okay, I've never lost my virginity, but this is the closest I've gotten to that.
This people were worried about the platforming genre, and PlayStation's bitching about not having enough IPs. Motherfuckers, you have Astrobot. It is right here in front of your face. Like, in terms of gaming, it's just a feel-good game. throughout my entire time playing any of the Astrobot games, especially this one, have I not had a single negative experience playing these.
Same here.
This is one, in my opinion, this is, if not the only PlayStation game on the PS5 that is fully utilized what the PS5 and the PS5 controller can do. It really has.
I'm
amazed.
Yeah.
In terms of just general gaming, Astrobot has done so much. Like, as someone has owned the PS5 since day one, I can say that Astrobot is the only game that has truly showed me all the cool things that a PlayStation controller and the PlayStation console can do. It really is.
All right, it's my turn to start glazing now. I've seen some people. I know when the Game Awards happened and they showed that this was the game of the game of the year. I know some people are complaining, and I know some people are like, "Oh, the game, it's not really that interesting. It's very by the numbers." Bull fucking shit. This game is so much fun to play. It looks absolutely amazing. And like the VIP bots, like they have freaking Persona like characters as bots in this game. They have like other like PlayStation IPs like God of War, Horizon, even like more obscure stuff like Ape Escape and Loco Roco. And they're like dressed as bots, and like the levels in this game are so creative, and they have like the power-ups that, well, not all of them are the best. Some of them are really good. Like the slowdown mechanic is so goddamn fun. There are so many secrets to find in this game. The music in this game is also really good. Oh my lord.
Also, I should add on too that the little things such as the physics features in these games and the visuals, like if you interact with water or stuff that's supposed to be plushy or like squishy, like if you step on a balloon, you can literally see you sink into the balloon and you can see like the ripples in the balloon as you go, or the plastic of the balloon flexing.
You can even feel it in the controller too with the haptic feedback.
In terms of making a video game immersive, it's not, a lot of games lose the mark by making the footage of the game or the movie aspect of the game immersive. But with Astrobot, they make the gameplay itself the immersive part, which is very, very hard to do. And I give them so much credit for doing that.
I just like that Team Asobi tried and wanted to make a good game. It's so fitting that this game came out the same day Concord died, which I think is very ironic.
Also, this game cost like a fraction of what they used to produce Concord, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's $60, but it is $60 well spent in my book. And they've added updates to the game consistently. Like, they added, like, the speedrun levels, and they just recently added, like, a winter level as well that I just played through last night. Like, this is a good game. And I'm gonna say it right now, this is the best game that Sony has made in a very long time.
And I'm very glad that it's made by a company that clearly cares for the content that they are producing.
Bless Team Asobi. Bless them.
Yes. The fact that they're making DLC and that they're continuing to make DLC. We've only gotten, like, what, 2 of the DLCs? And there's going to be an additional, like... There's going to be more. There's going to be way more.
I'm excited
I'm excited to see what they do with Astrobot in the future.
And this game sold well too, so we could potentially see like a sequel, maybe very soon. So
I'm really hoping the heads at PlayStation get their heads out of their butt cheeks and come to the realization that instead of giving us games that we have to multiplayer games that we have to pay for, maybe you can start making us games that are just fun.
Go back to the single-player games that were so good that didn't feel completely rushed.
Because I'm sick of having to have friends in order to play video games.
Yeah, I don't have those. So I'd like to play some stuff by myself.
There are too many lonely people on this planet to have shit like Concord. I need single-player games.
Astrobot was really good, and I definitely am making sure that this is a good game to choose, because I don't want it to be like last year where I end up regretting what game I choose for my game of the year. I think Astrobot is definitely like the best game that we've seen this year. And if you don't have this game and you have a PS5, you're a fucking idiot. Go get the game.
Hey. Tyler, that.
You bought the
we
game, so
don't-
I'm not talking to you. So, yeah,
Tyler, we don't gotta
Astrobot is. I think we've said enough about it. We both played this game on stream as well, so yeah, this is easily like the best game of this year.
Do not buy Concord. Buy Astrobot.
You can't buy Concord. They don't sell it anymore.
Don't build a time machine to go back and buy Concord.
Don't go to eBay to buy it.
Yeah, just don't. Do not even think about it anymore. Go buy a bag of Concord
Yeah,
grapes
let's not
instead.
think about it. Let's just think about how good Astrobot is and how this is what PlayStation should be doing. And I really, really, really hope they do more of this. So, yeah. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the year. Of course, not every game, but how do you think this year was overall, Jackson, in terms of gaming?
You know, I think this year was kind of surprising with what games turned out to be like
really good.
The good ones. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, Nintendo released some bangers, and I won't lie. Nintendo did pretty good. Games that I was expecting to be bangers were bangers, and I won't lie. But in terms of like PlayStation and PC, I think a lot of unexpected games came up. And I am very proud to say that the indie developer scene is still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Having the ability to spend less money on indie developer games that are a lot of fun is very relaxing to know.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping a lot of these companies invest their money into these people who are actually highly passionate about what they do. I'm not going to argue that the people who produce Concord weren't highly passionate, but unfortunately, a lot of these big companies truly do rush a lot of these guys who want to produce a good game. And unfortunately, it results in products that we do not want, or it does not result in a product that we are looking for.
Like Kill the Justice League or South Park Snow Day.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Basically, if there truly is a banger like Astrobot, please buy the game. I'm
Sonic X Shadow, Persona 3 Reload, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Check
the review. Check the reviews of what the game says before you actually buy it, and just support the indie developers, because clearly the indie developer games have been proven more consistently to be a lot more fun. So, but I will say Nintendo has been just doing normal Nintendo things. They're still producing good products. So
yeah.
I
would honestly say this year was kind of surprising. I kind of went into the year thinking that there wasn't going to be a whole lot, but we actually got quite a good amount of like very good games, honestly. So I'm actually very pleased about that. And it's still like games I need to play, like Echoes of Wisdom and the Patrick game. Like this year was pretty solid, honestly.
And I like to be optimistic. So 2026, I'm hoping that
2025
is really good. Is it coming out next year?
Well, I mean, I don't know. But I was just looking at 2025. But I don't think GTA 6 is coming out next year. I don't think it's happening.
I said 2026. But like, as I was getting at, I'm hoping that in the future we can at least have some more bangers come out.
Hopefully Ghost of Yote could be really good.
Yes.
Hopefully Metroid Prime 4 and the upcoming Pokemon games can be really good. Hopefully the next Nintendo system is really, really solid. I hope we just get some good heat. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's always going to be some form of indie game that comes out next year that surprises all of us. I don't know.
And there is also going to be that one game that people didn't ask for that's going to bomb horribly. We're going to get something like that next year, most likely.
But don't worry, guys. We will always have Fortnite
and Call of Duty. We'll be getting one next year.
Well, actually, I mean, yeah, but with Fortnite is just Fortnite. It's just it is what it is. It's never gonna die. But with Call of Duty, you never know. Next year, you know what? I'm hoping that they take from what Treyarch did with Black Ops 6, and I'm hoping that they can use that to produce another good Call of Duty.
Yeah, but anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No.
I don't really have much else to say either. Just support the people who have been making really good games like Penny's Big Breakaway, Astrobot, Sonic X Shadow, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake, Persona 3 Reload, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and like so many other games. Scroll with the Gun. Please play these games. But anyways, that is it for this video. So I want to thank Jackson for attending with me on this video. We've been doing this for like 4 years at this point, which is kind of wild. Very fun to be doing this. Let us know in the comment section what games you like the most this year. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching. And also, I guess I should probably mention that this will most likely be going out on Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to all of you. This is your gift from me. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good day.